When I first got a job at Binghamton University and they asked me what I was most looking forward to about coming to Binghamton, first thing on my list was being able to work with graduate students.
I'm a graduate assistant in the Dean of Students office. I supervise a team of undergraduate interns. They're called the Dean's Team, and what they do is they perform a lot of outreach initiatives and programs to help students become more connected with our office and become familiar with the resources we have to offer.
I think taking advantage of the assistantships is very important. You know, we learn a lot of very important information in the classroom that pertains to the field of student affairs, and the assistantships let us take that information and put it to practice. You know, I get to work with the 3 students that I immediately advise, and I get to take everything that I learn and kind of directly apply it to my position, their position, and our working relationship. And I think I've learned a lot.
The 2 graduate students who are here with us this year are working on a project to invite students in residence halls to take ownership of their own community responsibility, the conduct system within the community. So when people are violating policies, we want to create something where students have ownership of that. So we invited these 2 graduate students to join into some work that had already been done with the residence halls, and our 2 graduate students have really taken the project and run. So they're getting a lot of autonomy in developing these in-hall, residence-only conduct boards that are all students, that the graduate students chair, the graduate students manage, they do all of the work, and now they're working on the accountability, the statistics and data to follow that up, to write a report to decide whether or not Binghamton University should continue to move forward with this project. We're also looking for ways to research this, to share it with other schools. So these graduate students are getting this opportunity to do something new and different and change not only Binghamton, but other schools who are looking for ways for students to get more involved in the conduct process.
I think one of the unique things about Binghamton University is that we've got really top-notch, internationally renowned scholars that are doing groundbreaking research in a range of fields, but are also still very student-focused and are really committed to teaching. And I think that's often a rare combination. Often you can find large universities that have researchers that are very focused on their researchers, or smaller colleges where people are more focused on their teaching. And I think this is one of the places where there's a real combination.
So they get treated like staff in so many settings, and they've received opportunities to participate and speak and engage in decision making at some pretty high levels, because as their skills have developed, we've actually tapped into their expertise.
I work currently as the graduate assistant for fraternity and sorority life, and we do a whole lot of things through our office. We have over 50 organizations that we advise, including 7 governing councils. So my primary responsibilities are to advise the Interfraternity Council, the Asian Greek Council, the Latino Greek Council, the Multicultural Greek and Fraternal Council. I also advise the Dance Marathon Committee, which is a huge philanthropy event that the community puts on every semester. A lot of stuff that has to do with philanthropy and community service. All of our organizations are involved in that, so we kind of work to support those endeavors as well. I want to become a fraternity and sorority advisor. The first step in a long line of jobs that I'd like to have one day, culminating in a Dean of Students or Vice President of Student Affairs position. But this is really preparing me very well. Being able to work with one of the most diverse campuses that I know of in terms of number of organizations was an awesome opportunity.
The Binghamton education I have found is so much more affordable than a lot of the opportunities to start with. So coming here, your graduate classes are considerably less. We offer an affordable graduate program. In addition, many of our programs do offer assistantships. So there's some kind of graduate assistant stipend that goes along with the different things. We have assistantships in Greek life, fraternity sorority affairs, assistantships in residential life, assistantships in interpersonal violence. So there are a lot of assistantships that are paid assistantships. In addition, my office, the Dean of Students office, takes on at least 1 graduate student every year to work directly with me on special projects. And those projects usually range depending on the needs of that individual graduate student and the office. So many of them are paid. I would encourage anyone who's applying to look on the website. Student Affairs website lists all the open positions, and those do evolve because as students take different opportunities as they graduate, things change even throughout the year.
Currently, I think all our full-time doctoral students have funding, and we fund as many of our master's students as possible. We have some funding from the university, and whenever we write grants, we always write support in for graduate students. So it's a real priority of ours to get financial support for our graduate students.
My question to graduate students is, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? What part of the world do you want to change, and how can we help you get there? The people I work with are sincerely invested in the success of our graduate students, and invested in the success of PhD students finishing their PhDs, invested in master's students getting jobs. I'm working with some graduate students now, and some of them haven't started applying for jobs, and so every day I'm asking, what are you applying for and how can I help you? Because when our students succeed, we succeed.